Hi, this is 15 Minute Email Academy, and I'm Bob Serling. Today, my guest is Jantsch. John is a marketing consultant, speaker, and the best-selling author of Duct Tape Marketing, Duct Tape Selling, The Commitment Engine, The Referral Engine, and SEO for Growth. He's also the creator of the Duct Tape Marketing Consulting Network that trains and licenses small business marketing consultants around the world. And today, I'm really glad to have him here to share one of his best emails with you. So welcome, John.
Well, thanks for having me, Bob.
Yeah, my pleasure. So let me try to work some technical wizardry, bring the email up on the screen.
It's funny, you and I have both been doing this for a while, and email was really all we had. As it was our most important first online channel. So
Absolutely, and I think having the benefit of having been doing it for so many years, like we have, and a few other people I've interviewed, you realize that it's never really lost its power. And I mean, you see launches and Facebook ads and everything. They're all trying to bring people to your list so you can communicate with them by email. So it's still a very important medium. All right, so can you see the...
I can.
Okay, great. So I have a list of questions here that I'm going to use too to make sure we cover everything. So first of all, let's just lay the groundwork. What's the goal of this email, and what strategy did you use to achieve it?
So this is used primarily, this is not a campaign. This is kind of our evergreen. We have a couple things that people sign up for that in many cases are just getting to know us. And for over the years, it's evolved, but it's essentially been an ebook I call the 7 Steps to Small Business Marketing Success. It's kind of my manifesto, my belief of what duct tape marketing is, actually the duct tape marketing system. And so we have, some days hundreds of people that visit the website and want to acquire this. Now we do a lot of other campaign things and very focused things as well, but this kind of generic ebook that we've had out there for years is kind of the start for a lot of people in terms of their getting to know duct tape marketing.
Right. So, and then once they got the ebook, is this?
Yeah. So the way this slots in is this is a campaign. The way this slots in is that somebody does the transaction. So they've signed up and we have a thank you page, and then they get an email that confirms that they signed up. And that actually delivers or gives them a link to the ebook. And then this email that we're looking at comes seemingly random 3 days later.
Okay.
And then the campaign itself actually has another 3 or 4 emails before they then get kind of segmented a certain way. But this is an email that I have written somewhat unchanged for many, many years. And my goal of this, and there's no graphics with this, there's no logos. It looks like a text email that somebody would just send to somebody trying to set an appointment or something. And the goal of this was that they felt that this was written from me, that I sat down and went, oh, look, Bob subscribed to my newsletter. I'm going to write him a personal note and thank him, just tell him, kind of welcome him and thank him and tell him a little bit about some more information he could get. And it doesn't sell anything. It really is kind of meant, the whole goal is that in their mind they're thinking, oh look, John took a moment and wrote me a note. Yeah,
so the overall purpose is really to deepen the connection with a new subscriber. Okay, great. So let's, in block number 1, which I've marked there, is the subject line. What technique or strategy did you use for your subject line?
Well, and I would be the first to admit, I may not, none of this may actually be, the most effective way, but what I've done is I want to cement the word duct tape, as I want them to start recognizing that. So that's what that little in brackets is. I want them to realize, hey, this is who this is from.
Right.
Right off the bat. And then really I wanted something very simple that kind of piqued their interest a little bit, that, it was not going to be 5 ways to do something. It's just, hey, I saw you subscribed. And that, that might be the tone that somebody who was just writing to a friend would write.
Exactly. Yeah. So it really engages right from the beginning. Yeah. Okay. So then in the second block, this is where you begin to establish that connection that you're looking for. And how does this short block go about doing that?
Well, I just want to talk to them as a human being. Hey, I noticed you subscribed to our newsletter, Duct Tape Marketing, the other day. Thanks. I really enjoy producing the content and helping small business owners. So again, I want that to be very informal. I want them to get a little sense of me and what I'm passionate for, but I also want them to feel, I intentionally use that. I noticed you subscribed,
Yeah.
Almost as though I'm sitting there going, oh, look, here's a person I want to write to. So, and there's no trickery in this. It's really just more of something I want them to feel. I mean, what's funny is I get 2-3 a day sometimes responses where somebody will say, I know that was automated.
Yeah.
I realize that that's what happens, but it really felt like you were talking to me. So, which is kind of fun to get.
Yeah, and so does the end of that block where you invite them to send you a question or a comment.
Yeah.
So it's all consistent there.
Yeah, and I will say that, the trick to that, of course, is you have to mean it. Because I do get questions and comments, and if you just ignore them, you've probably done a disservice.
Yeah, absolutely. And occasionally I'll test that with various people, and I'll send in a question, especially.
Yeah.
And I have to say 98% of the time they never get answered, they never get acknowledged. And it's a big mistake because if you either try to build a relationship or you don't. But if you put it out there to build a relationship and you don't follow up, you've crashed, right?
It's almost worse. But I will tell you, I should have saved some of these. Over the years, I have gotten entire books, that people have written to me. It's like they've been waiting for somebody to ask them. 2,000 words later, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Okay, so then the third block, you begin to offer people a deeper look into what duct tape marketing does and what it can do for them, and how well does this block further increase the engagement that you're looking for?
So, us marketers use all kinds of terms like micro commitments and things like that. I really am trying to get them to click on this video. One of the things that I've discovered over the years is duct tape marketing has grown to a lot of things. There's a podcast, there's a newsletter, there's a blog, I have a network of consultants. We do consulting. I have courses. So in some ways it's a little hard for people to kind of digest everything we do. And so I recorded this hopefully kind of fun and very short video that says, hey, I want to orient you real quickly to everything that the brand's about and what we do, and we get that because so many people, especially this is early on in the relationship, a lot of people click on that link, so that video does get a lot of play, and then it kind of helps us actually. At the end of that video, we actually have options. You saw this video. Are you a consultant? You want to go this way? Are you this? You want to go this way? So it kind of helps us segment people a little bit.
So duct tape's been around for quite a while before video was easy to do or really popular. How long ago did you add the video to this?
Oh, easily. Probably 10 years ago, but this version is maybe still 3 or 4 years old.
Yeah, and I think the great thing about that, and I'm sure it was intentional, is that, again, it's another step in personalizing this connection. Oh, John has recorded a message, and everybody knows a lot of people are going to get it, but it gives them an opportunity to meet you, to see who you are, to hear how you talk, to get a sense of who you are, and so it just a small gesture like that can really go a long way.
Yeah, and I mean, we're certainly advising pretty much every business that we work with to put video on their homepage for that very reason.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, this is a real person behind this website.
Yeah, my entire homepage is a series of videos. It's just so effective. All right, so then we get to the PS.
Well, and you're a good-looking guy too, so I mean.
And plus the light radiates off my forehead and gives me almost a heavenly halo effect.
That's right.
All right, so your PS is different than most PSs, and usually, so often people try to start selling right away in their initial kind of handshake email, and you don't do that here. You actually, again, invite them to deepen the connection once again. So how well does this work, and how do your subscribers respond to it?
We get I don't know what the percentage would be, but I will say that we get 6 to 8% of the people who receive this do something. They either click on the link or they send me a note. I mean, I get a lot of people that seemingly random emails where people are just telling me about their business. Unfortunately, a lot of times they're telling me about their struggles. But those folks seem more motivated, than the happy, successful people. But I'm inviting that because I do. I mean, it's cliche as it sounds. I love working with small business owners, and nothing excites me more than hearing about a small business who's got a great idea and they're passionate about it, and in some cases they are struggling, and that's kind of what motivates my entire business, frankly, is helping some of those people get their lives back. So this is one of the things this has done over the years too, is I hear themes, some of the same themes, some of the same language. And so I borrow heavily sometimes from these emails that I get from people to describe the challenges I see out there, when I'm trying to kind of set somebody up for how I'm going to solve that challenge.
Right. So I just want to kind of wrap up with one little point that we both touched on, and I think is so important, and you do so well, is that I think so many people go from immediately giving away their free lead magnet to trying to sell something. And you see a lot of advice. Well, hit them with a one-time only sale right away. But that isn't how relationships are built. And that isn't how people communicate. And this does a great job of respecting that person, showing that you're opening to listening to them, and giving them some more information. And I just think it's such a critical step that most people miss, and you've done it so well here.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. I'm sure I've left millions of dollars on the table by not having the the quick one-time upsell, but I couldn't agree more that if we're in this for the long haul, take the time to create a personal experience.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so let me take the email off the screen for a minute. There we go. Okay, so my final question is, a lot of people are going to want to know more about duct tape and you and what you do, and send you their long tails. So how do they get in touch with you? How do they find out more about what duct tape is and what you do?
I invite you to send your long tails by visiting ducttapemarketing.com. That's the easiest place. It's just DUCTTAPE marketing.com, and we have all kinds of ways for you to reach out and connect with us, but also lots and lots there that you can consume and browse through.
Great, and that link will be in the episode notes too, so people can see it there. Well, John, I really appreciate you taking your time to share your wisdom with us today, and I thank you very much.
Well, thanks, Bob. It's really a treat for me to get to visit with you anytime.
Okay, great. Thank you.